I'm coming to you tonight painting on a Friday night, a turtle. And he is a pretty simple guy, not real complicated, but he's got enough design on him, y'all, that he's gonna be really, really cute. Now tonight I'm doing something a little different as far as my colors. Some of you who watch me all the time may be looking at these colors and going, what colors are these? I just did a lot of mixing. So these, this brown and this brown, this is 50-50 reindeer brown and nutmeg. Then I just add a little bit more nutmeg to make my darker color. So this kind of caramel color is reindeer brown and nutmeg 50-50. And I just wanted two different browns because you got the top of the shell and of course the bottom of the shell. So I just mixed that, and in a minute you're gonna see all the greens that I'm gonna do.
He's so cute.
He is cute. And there's not a whole lot to him, but he is a real simple design. Notice the eyes on this. Anytime you're doing something like an animal, to me, if you'll put kind of a big eye on him or her, we want to catch both genders here, don't want to be discriminating. You kind of get the idea that it's almost got that human-like quality, which we know a turtle is not human, but just kind of giving him that. So I just put some big eyes on him, that's all I did. And I've got this shading brown, and notice I've just got this small brush, and I'm just going all around. I am just going all around. This is that number 16 orange that I typically would use a lot of during Halloween time. But I decided to make his top a little bit more, you know, a turtle top is really kind of dark and not real colorful. And y'all know that's not me. Y'all know how I am. So it's a Friday night, it's raining here. But I guess we need the rain, but the last couple of days around here have just been kind of crazy. We have been in the market to find a used forklift, and I don't know if y'all know this, but when used forklifts go on Marketplace, you get them within 5 minutes or you don't get them for the price range that I'm trying to get. Right. I don't have the money to buy, you know, the big expensive kind. So we have been on this quest to find a forklift, and it has been going on for quite some time. We have ran our business all these years with no forklift.
Y'all say hi when you come in. I'm not getting any comments, and so we're not trying to ignore anybody. I just don't see any comments at all.
Well, I wonder if nobody's...
Oh, there's Miss Debbie.
Oh, Debbie.
Hi, Miss Debbie. Hi,
how are you, Debbie?
Love the birdhouses that Victoria painted.
Oh, I know. Oh, I'm going to be working on those some more this next week. I'm going to go live trying to paint the bluebonnets that we learned from Victoria. They are so cute.
All the comments just are all of a sudden. I can tell we've been getting them. I slid to the left, so I think sometimes this thing is cranky.
Yeah.
Hi, Lisa. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Blake Battles.
I am Blake. I enjoyed your photos.
Hey, Debbie.
Blake joined the academy, and he was putting some of his photos in there. Blake, you already have all the basics down, so you're not too far really from getting. You just really need some finishing, or I guess some little artistic or finishing touches, and you're going to be there. So what I did is, this is my number 16 light orange. If you notice, this is not a color that's in our color palette, but what I did is I have this lime green, and I just mixed it 50-50 with shading green. Took me a minute. And the reason for that, this is my shading green. This is what I wanted to outline, right? So I didn't really have a shading color in between here, so I just mixed them. That's that's what's on my, let me put it on here. That is what's on this brush right now.
And to
50-50.
To determine a shading color, is it just slightly darker than the color?
That's typically what I do. It doesn't mean you have to. But when you look at how much green I'm gonna have on this guy, and
I love the mint green. That's so pretty.
Yeah, and then you put this green with it. So how do you get drama in yard art or any kind of painting? To me, it is the combination of all your different shades of green for my turtle. I'm going to do a little highlighting with that. This, I mixed 50-50 and did my shading. This is my base color. That's going to be my outline color. So you'll see it all come together here in just a minute. Won't take long. And notice just that shading. Y'all know, anybody who's watched me any length of time knows that that's what I do. And if you'll do that or learn you don't have to do it exactly the way I do it, but put some kind of brush strokes on there. So anyway, I was saying how we've been doing this whole forklift thing. So the thing about Bruce is he's not a talker. So I have to do all the talking to the prospective, you know, would-be sellers, if you will. And once we get there, Bruce is like I guess you would call the inspector. I don't really make the decision to buy something. Really, that kind of mostly comes from Bruce, you know, because I'm not as nearly as mechanically inclined as he is. But it's been raining the last couple days, and the last couple days we have been nothing but up and down the freeway looking at these forklifts in the rain.
No.
Yeah. So
Miss Debbie said she saw it.
I know. Oh, that's right, Debbie. I think you were there, Bruce said. And it's got to have some work done on it. We got a pretty good deal on it, I think. And I have a good friend in Santa Fe, and he has a metal fab shop, and he does a lot of stuff with forklifts. So he kind of guided me on how to do that. Okay, so I took 16 and 17 orange, these two, and I mixed them. And I didn't mix them quite dark enough, so I'm fixing to put a little bit more dark orange in there.
She's gonna put some stank on it.
Yeah, I've got to put a little bit more darker orange. Okay, so why did I mix this shading color? So y'all know typically I use 16 and 17 a lot at Halloween time. I didn't want my turtle to look like Halloween. I wanted him to look more like spring. So I've got to go with a little softer pastel, if you will. That's why I mixed 16 and 17 together for my shading color. You see, this doesn't really look like Halloween, but this does. That to me looks like Halloween, but this what I have here, not so much. So that's why I did that. So
Hi, Letitia.
Bruce was out there trying to drive the prospective forklift yesterday in the driving rain. We had to drive to the other side of town. I mean, y'all, by the time we got home, we'd been in the car. Because if you live in the Houston area, you understand how big an area this really is. One was we went and looked at yesterday morning in the rain on the north side of Houston, came back, found another one that we thought we might like better. So then we drove to Hockley, which is way out 290, headed towards Austin. Again, it was raining.
I don't do good when it rains for several days like this. It just starts wearing on my mind. I gotta have some sunshine.
Yeah. And so it is just kind of one of those that, you know, I don't know.
Miss Joanne said it looks coral.
It does.
What's in your name right? Miss Allen, is it your first name Joanne?
It does. A lot of coral in it. But you can see with just this brush stroking that I'm doing, I'm already getting just a much different look. And notice I'm taking that brush and I'm just kind of doing some more strokes. Trying to reconnect. Are you kidding me?
No, it came right back on.
Okay, good. Connie, don't get me all rattled on Friday night.
I'm sorry.
So, y'all, we finally decide that we're going to buy this particular one, whatever, forklift. And, of course, we have to get our friend on the phone that runs the metal fab shop. And you're in the rain and you're talking and you're trying to answer all these questions. And it comes kapow kind of rain. And Bruce is out there, bless his heart. He's trying to drive the forklift in the rain, talk on the phone with our friend, and make...
Poor Bruce. Hi, Randy.
So yesterday we came home and Bruce is like, can this day just be over? I'm like, fine by me.
Can this rain just be
fine
over?
By me.
Right.
So today the guy was supposed to bring it in. And in case you don't know anything about a forklift, you got to go make sure, is it diesel powered or propane?
Oh, Lord.
Does it have a side shift? How tall is the mast? How big is the lift? It's usually 12 or 16 feet. You've got to know how many hours are on it, what brand it is, and how are you going to haul it, and who's going to work on it when it breaks down, because it's a machine. It's going to break down. So between all those variables, we're just trying to make sure we're doing our due diligence over here.
Miss Debbie said, hockey is not on the other side of town. It's in the country.
Yes, you're right, Debbie. Yes. And it was raining like a crazy thing. But see, here's the thing. If you don't go ahead and do that, then you don't get a forklift.
Right.
And we have steaks, some green steaks coming in off a boat, literally slow boat from China. But we're trying to make sure that we get all of our P's and Q's and dots and all of that in a row before that shipment gets here.
Right.
So Bruce got in the truck, and no kidding, he was drenched. He was sopping wet. I happened to have a jacket with me that I wasn't wearing. He took his shirt off, which I always have a hand towel in my truck, and he got the hand towel, he dried off, he took his wet shirt off, and he puts on my jacket. And I just felt so sorry for him.
Poor I didn't know y'all went through all that.
Yeah. But that's kind of what you have to do, you know. All right, so I've got a lot of this the way I think I want him. I think. Notice this up here, I'm going to come in here and put some white. But now I just have kind of a cute, colorful, artistic, if you will, shell on my turtle.
He's cute.
Nothing,
really cute.
And I just base coated this in that 50% reindeer and 50% nutmeg. Then I just put number 16 on top of that. And then, of course, I started my shading. That's all I did. Now, notice I'm going to use this dark green, which is basically our shading green is what it is. And I'm just going to go around.
Hi, kitty.
Give him some eyes here, like that. Kind of come over here. Now, I'm going to take this script liner and I'm just going to drag it very lightly.
Miss Debbie said we could have used our coral if we wanted to.
We could have. Notice that this almost looks like it has a little bit of blue in it, doesn't it?
It does. It's really pretty.
Especially when you put it right up against that blue.
He's very unique. I like him.
We
gotta name him, y'all. What should we name him?
I don't know, but he's cute.
Pokey.
Yeah.
For being so slow.
I know, Pokey for being so slow. That's a good name for a turtle. Okay, so I think I've got all that.
Tell me if y'all have any ideas on what we should name.
Yeah. And so I just I've got some brown on my brush from that. I don't trip about that. It just gives it some brown. That, to me, I don't worry about that.
Well, it doesn't have to be 1,000% perfect. We don't want a machine.
Right.
Sorry, we don't want it to look like a machine did it.
Again, I'm just taking those brush strokes with this script liner, just kind of coming down. I don't have a lot of pressure on here, y'all. Not a lot of pressure on here. A very light one. Down here, you can see this is not really black. Right here is black. Right? So down here, I mixed it with shading green or dark green and black because I didn't want this platform to be totally, totally black.
Right.
Kind of a green black, if you will.
Miss Debbie says she sees sunshine. I think she's hallucinating.
Is sunshine? Maybe she means, well, you know what? When you look outside, it does look like the sun's out there. Of course, it's time to go to bed, so it is going to have some sun. So I've got this shading green, and I just take my brush, and I just kind of start making strokes.
Hi, Lori.
Now, I'm not through with this, y'all. I'm going to come put some some mint green and some white. So when we get done with this turtle, he's going to have a lot of brush strokes on him.
Right.
Come up here like that. And I'm going to go over here.
And it was raining so hard when you did get your forklift.
Yeah, even when they delivered the forklift, it was raining.
You've had a chance to really...
Yeah, Bruce has got to work on it. Well, Bruce is not a diesel mechanic, and or he doesn't do hydraulics. And the hydraulics on this, some of them have to be reworked. But fortunate for us, we know people. And so...
Hi, Kathleen. How are you?
My job was to get the forklift.
Right.
Okay? All the phone calls, all the texting, all the driving, all of the, asking 20,000 questions, blah, blah, blah. So now, as far as I'm concerned, it's on Bruce. He's going to do all this from now on. This is a mint green. I didn't want to go white. I definitely wanted a mint green on here. And y'all look at just a little bit of paintbrushing.
Miss Kathleen said the title is so cute. I actually can't see the title. Do you remember?
Oh, tell us what it is, because sometimes on y'all's comments we can't see all the comment wording that y'all put in.
Oh, the turtle. Oh, the turtle is so darn cute.
Oh, okay.
She said that it was a.
Well, and notice,
correct.
Just look down here. You've got number 10 lime green, a half and half of shading and lime on my shading. You got your shading green and you got your mint green. And that's what makes my turtle look cute. And I just kind of come in here. I'm going to kind of come over here. Now, I've got to do his eye. And the one thing I typically always most of the time do is I do an eye just like you see it right there. I don't shade it on anything else that is shaded. I do make my eyes kind of big like what you see here. I'm going to put some eyelashes on this guy.
Every time I tilt down the phone, it says trying to reconnect. So I'm just gonna,
okay.
Hopefully you guys can see this. Let me know if you can or can't.
There we go. Okay. There we go. Try that again. Didn't have not quite enough paint. And then I'm going to stay just on this side of that white. Okay. And then I'm going to move him around. I'm right-handed, so I always feel like I've always got to come from this direction.
Isn't he cute? He's so cute.
And notice those brush strokes. Is this a script line? I'm just giving him.
Look at his eyelashes, y'all.
Although Bruce gives me grief about the eyelashes, I like to put a lot on there.
Miss Debbie said it was freezing on us. Hopefully y'all can see it now. Sorry about that, y'all. We really don't know what to do to fix that.
I'm calling my internet people, the peeps, I call them, and they're going to, I think, either put a modem out here. Y'all, I pay a lot of money because we have
a business.
We have a network here, blah blah, and all this kind of stuff. And they're either going to put a modem out here or do something else to make me happy because I'm not a happy camper.
Miss Kathleen said, do you use acrylic paint like the Deco art?
You know, normally, Kathleen, I just use exterior latex paint. Connie, if you want to show them up here, kind of how I have, because I go through so much paint, I buy it in the gallons.
And you can buy it from us as well.
Yeah, we sell it. If you don't want to buy it from us, but we sell it in smaller, you know, obviously I use bigger increments. But the reason I don't use Deco Art, which I love Deco Art paint, they have a good paint. I am not in any way saying that they don't. There's two reasons I don't use it. I really need an outdoor paint, and also I would go broke buying their little bottles because everything I do is kind of big. But I loved, in the old days, I used to use Deco Art way back yonder when, and Folk Art, they're all good. They're good. So
she uses exterior paint because we want it to last longer out in the elements.
In the elements.
Especially these Texas elements. Hi, Miss Victoria.
Okay, I'm fixing to hold him up, Victoria. I need to make sure, if I haven't called you, I need your help April 29th if you can. We're having an event at the store.
Yay.
And I look for it to be full. And I'll give y'all details about that later. But April 29th, Saturday at 2 o'clock, Victoria, if you're available. Debbie, April 29th, Saturday at 2 o'clock, if you're available. If you're not, don't worry about it.
We'll try to have some snacks. That way it helps it. Hi, Andrew.
Okay, so I base coated this whole thing in my number 10 just because that's what I do. Then I came back and I base coated this, and this is, you know, I have my dark green here. And that's really what I've done. Not a whole lot different, but for a turtle, he still looks like a turtle, but he's not dark and gray and just green like a turtle. So I had to make him look a little bit festive. Okay.
Miss Kathleen said she'd also need outdoor latex for up there in New York.
Yeah, you probably would. So you've got a couple of choices. And what I would tell people who are doing yard art, especially if you're first starting, if you're going to do a lot of base coating in one color, just go buy a gallon of that color. Say maybe white or whatever. I base coat a lot in gray. In this gray, it's a number 24 gray. But you could just go get a gallon of gray and save yourself a lot of money. Base coating all your pieces gray to start with. Then you can go buy, you know, in smaller increments, the reds or greens. Because if you base coat with this, red is going to cover it. White is going to cover it. Green is going to cover it. I mean, a lot of covers, but this will give you that base. So that's what I would say.
Victoria said that that's her wedding anniversary, so she can celebrate. So
all right. We're having an event at the store. I've got other businesses involved. Yay. And so I think we're going to be full house, and we're going to be doing a little DIY project. So anyway, now I am going to do one last thing on my platform, and then we are done. We are done. Now, remember the Academy is open. We will be closed on Sunday night, but we are open. If you're interested in joining, you can go to yardartacademy.com and sign up there. We focus a lot in the Academy on learning and teaching. That's really what we focus on. There's lots of videos in there, how-tos, and you get free templates every month. 2 of them to be exact. And Ashley and I go in the Academy and just teach every month. That's really what we're there for. So, let me bring him back up. Take a look. He's nice. Yo, I think he's cute. I think we're going to call him Pokey the Turtle. I love that name.
That's so cute.
I am going to be on in the morning because and after the morning, we're taking the weekend off to, you know, celebrate Easter. But I'm going to be on in the morning painting 2 worms. Same design, 2 different colors. 9 o'clock in the morning. So any of you early risers, y'all might want to get up and see me at 9 o'clock in the morning. This blank is in the store and ready to go. So is the digital template, and so is the paper pattern. Y'all have a good Friday evening. Thanks for hanging out.
Have a great Friday, y'all. Thank you.